Hi, welcome to Project Geospatial. I'm Adam Simmons. Back with me here at GEOINT 2023 is Patrick Acheson. I
Right.
got it right the first time. Thank you. You work for Quadrint still. Actually, you helped build Quadrint, so I shouldn't underplay that enough. Can you talk about what you've been up to lately, and we'll get right into it.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, first of all. And yeah, Quadrant is excited to be here back in St. Louis at GEOINT. We're continuing to grow and expand at NGA and many of our other IC customers. We've been really focused on building out our mission capabilities around geospatial application development and supporting the IC.
Amazing. So, in terms of the progress that you've made in the last year or two since we last interviewed, can you give us a snapshot in time where you were then and how much you've scaled and built since?
Sure. Well, I guess last time we chatted was probably 2 years ago in 2021 when GeoInt was last year. Since then, we've won a big contract over at another IC agency doing a lot of corporate business systems integration work. We purchased a small company that had a presence at another IC agency, and that's been an exciting growth area for us and really built up our business at a different customer. At NGA, we've won a couple contracts doing more mission application work. So we won a contract, most recently a contract called Hydra, where we're working in Source, doing a lot of new development and support for actual mission applications, which is kind of a big step forward for us. We've been pushing into the mission space at NGA more and more, and that's been a big success story for us over the past year or so.
So, in terms of your company footprint, you make a lot of trips out. You live here in St. Louis. Is a lot of the company split between St. Louis and the NGA proper?
Yeah, we have. When we started years ago, we had more of a presence in St. Louis, and we still maintain that presence. But since then, we have really expanded more in the DC area. So it's about 80% of our company is in DC, and about 20% is out here. So I spend a fair amount of my time flying back and forth, probably out there 2 weeks and here a week is about the average kind of mix of travel at this point in time.
Yeah. So, in terms of helping out on mission, what have you seen in terms of the changes in skill sets or analysis over the last year or two, in terms of the changing dynamic of NGA and the geospatial industry as a whole?
Well, I think what we see, particularly in the areas we're working, a lot more need for kind of the open stack kind of software developers. I think that skill set is in high demand. We see more data science requirements and more data science demand. Certainly, a huge push with AI, ML, and those types of skill sets. So, just a lot of technical requirements. You really see, more and more college graduates. You really need these who can code. Really, I mean, you just need the hardcore coders. Is really an important skill set, I think, with all the changes in the industry.
Excellent. Where do you see Quadrint going from there?
Well, I mean, I think we're hoping to continue to expand into more mission work at NGA. That's continued to be the plan. I think we're also looking at a lot of the enterprise systems integration work we've been really good at over the past 20 years at agencies like NGA and some of the other IC agencies. I think we're looking at doing more of that work across more agencies. We have some opportunities on the horizon that will be maybe opening up a few more agencies for us in addition to the 3 or 4 that we work at today.
Excellent. Now, the theme of this GEOINT is the Metaverse, and you also are currently on the board of USGF. What's your opinion about the Metaverse, the theme this year, in terms of what you're seeing maybe on the floor at GEOINT, and what do you think that means for the industry as a whole?
I think it's a lot about the automation and kind of taking the human out of the loop of a lot of the analysis, so that they can have the analysts focus more on the higher level and important work, and we're not doing the mundane tasks. I think that's a good theme for this year, and I think in the keynotes this morning, they showed just the crazy advancements in this in the geospatial world, and how important it is and fundamental to supporting our democracy. I mean, some of the examples they use from Ukraine and some of the other things just show how much a role this plays in protecting our freedom.
So as a part of that theme in terms of, the metaverse and what people are doing, a lot of it's wrapped around how immersive the data is becoming, not just how expansive or integrated it is with a lot of these ML ops platforms that we're talking about more in the mainstream. But do you think that's the natural next step, is more immersive data so we can just,
Oh, I was talking to some folks last night about that, and the different types of data that they're able to synthesize, and how quickly they can synthesize all that data from different sensors, different types of sensors, and make decisions, from kind of sensor to shooter is what they talk about, how quickly that's all happening, and how important that is in terms of having the competitive advantage today. I think that's a huge issue for companies to and the government to be able to address to remain competitive against our adversaries.
Well, as we wrap up, I want to ask you one last question. As you walk around GEOINT, what do you hope to get out of this? What are your biggest, I'm going to look for this year in terms of game-changing industry technologies, or what do you hope to see?
We're always looking for, we're not a technology company per se, but we're more of a systems integrator. So our sweet spot is really being able to work with innovative technology companies and bringing that capability in and operationalizing it in the IC. That's been our sweet spot. And so we're always looking for companies with new and innovative ideas around AI, ML. Obviously, you hear a lot about that. I think we're always looking for companies that, there's a lot of people that are talking about it, but who are the companies that are actually have real capabilities that can be applied at scale, right?
Yeah.
I think that the at scale is where I think we feel like we can help companies, that we understand how to build out these platforms to be used by thousands of users, and to be successful at an enterprise level. I think is where that's kind of what I look at is, where are those technology companies and how can we help them bring their technology to the IC.
Awesome. Well, for anybody looking to find out more about Quadrint, then go to quadrint.com.
Correct. www.quadrint.com.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Patrick.
All right.
We will talk to everybody next time.
Thank you.